welcome or welcome back to my channel where I talk about all things planning, journaling and stationaries. Today this is a little bit of a different video compared to what I normally post, but it is still in line with resisting the planner consumerism, and I'm happy to report now that I'm filming this we are at the end of September and I haven't purchased anything yet because I'm still thinking about what to get. I shared in a previous video that Filofax as my planner, that's already decided. It has been great for the past year. And the journaling front has been quite chaotic this year. That's what I've been sharing this year. But today I was thinking, what if I just visualized all the notebooks that I'm using in a fun way to visualize and see the difference between the notebooks. It actually stems back to where my friends told me, well, you juggle so many notebooks and planners. And I'm like, yeah. But then I was like thinking, well, yeah, but then like they all have different purpose and I use them differently. So that's also why I have multiple. And of course, because I like to use many of them. So that's also a thing. But for me to kind of digest the current situation and then also think forward, what is actually necessary and what's a kind of duplicate, I want to sit down today and do a quick visualization of how my basically journaling system, or current words that we always see on YouTube, is my current journal ecosystem is going on. So I was thinking that I'm going to do a flip through of all of the notebooks that I'm using and then trying to map them out in a kind of a chart situation. Let's see. I have not prepared anything. I just started thinking about it and I thought, oh, maybe it's kind of fun if we did it together under the camera. So let's see. So I'm going to do some diagram like this. And then another one like this. Yep. And then I would say this part is for my memory keeping. So meaning like where the photos and what I did, what I ate, and all the things related to specific day. So maybe it is also called a diary situation. Diary. On the other hand, the other side is more of like just brain dumping, thoughts, and basically journaling and all the thoughts. Hope it's visible. Let me just check the camera. Is it visible? Yeah, kind of visible. Yep. Maybe I should just move this a little bit further so we have ample space. Okay. So memory keeping is the top side. Journaling, like writing is on this side. And then for the other arrows, I'm thinking this is more simple, meaning simple pen to paper. On the other hand, this is more decorative and more of like creativity aspect, because that's also important. Since journaling, planning, all of this is my hobby. So let's see, just a recap. Memory keeping is the top, journaling is the bottom, simple is the left side, and then decorative is on the right side. So let's just start with, for example, this one. This Traveler's Notebook journaling has been with me for a whole year. I'm happy to report I did a previous video on this a few videos back maybe. And starting from September, I have actually picked this back again. So it took me like 2 months to use the first 5 pages also because I was kind of playing with the other notebooks. But now that I know that this is working for me and Traveler's Notebook is a very, very strong candidate that's gonna stay with me for the next year. I'm now picking this up again, and happy to report that within September, I reached the midway through, and I'm actually doing quite well. So with the current pace, I think I'm gonna finish this in maybe October or early November if things go smoothly. So this one is more of journaling, not really day specific something. It's more like I open it in the morning for the morning pages, and sometimes I do stick something, but normally it's just pen to paper. So technically this one goes on the pen to paper side, and then more of journaling and thought side. So maybe somewhere here, let's see, TN journal. Very simple. What I do is, now I'm trying to do more of morning pages. So writing in the morning, or just when I have lots of thoughts going on, I open this book and then write as many pages as I want. So it's really like brain dump space. And this has served me for literally since last year, August, this system. This is my 4th book. So this, I'm quite reliant on this system. So this is the TN journal. And staying in the journaling traveler's notebook front, I also have a vertical booklet, which as of now I am using it as my life log. So mapping out what I have done in just a very simple way, basically watching all the timelines and putting things down there. In the past, I have used it more for like memory keeping, so like 2 or 3 things from the day. This was also fun, but I'm now eyeing on doing a bit more of life logging style in 2026. Since September, I have changed it. It does look quite simple, but I really like seeing my day in this vertical layout. So I'm kind of thinking, should I stay with this or should I go back to this? But I'm keen to keep some kind of vertical aspect. So this is very day specific, so it goes to the memory keeping side. Decorative or simple? I'd say relatively simple. There's no pictures or big stickers, and sustainability is the key when I'm doing this vertical layout. So I would say memory keeping and diary sides, relatively simple pen to paper. So let me put somewhere here, TN vertical. This is, I call it life logging. This is the word I learned when I was using Jibun Techo. But basically jotting down all the things I did. I don't write them in advance. This is not for planning, so I don't write anything in advance. But as the day finishes, I normally do it like a couple of days together, but for the previous days, and just jotting down basic things that I have done in the day. And then in the past, this was more like 2-3 things from the day, like day specific topic. So this is memory keeping. So realistically speaking, this traveler's notebook is perfect for me, that I have something to capture my day and something to capture my thoughts. So this has been a great combo. There's no overlapping. They are doing very well. So I am eyeing to keep the same system next year, although I'm still hesitant whether I should keep the same traveler's notebook official vertical layout, or I've been all over the place still. So some of the candidate is I still like the Sterling Income Planner, whether if I have courage enough to purchase from America. Also, take a note, from Taiwan, has a beautiful simple vertical layout, undated, but it looks beautiful. And I am also eyeing on a Listy #1 It's a Japanese brand called Takahashi, very classic planner company that has a one booklet per year style, and I'm kind of eyeing on that one because I can purchase it in Japan, and that's easy for me as I'm going back to Japan toward the end of the year. So yeah, I haven't decided which physical book to choose from or which options to choose from, but I think I like the idea of doing life logging in a vertical system. So this and this are very stable. This is going to be with me. And then this is also something that's been stable for 8 years. So I did a video of Hobonichi 8 years flip the other day. This is very much of memory keeping. So this side, the weekly sections are my 3 good things from the day, what I ate, what I learned throughout the week, and a weekly reflection. The latter half is, well, not really latter half, more than a half is my day accomplishment list. So basically I jot down all the things I managed to finish from my to-do list. That's just keeping me kind of sane that I am progressing with things step by step. And then as you can see from my quick flip that I do put the pictures. This was my first year, or actually last year onward. This is my first time to actually print the pictures and enjoy this creative aspect, and I really like it. So this is doable. I only print them once a month or even like 2 months worth at the one shot. So it stays blank for quite some time. So if I see the September one, it looks quite empty like this. But by the time I print the pictures, I would put them here. And I really like it. So this is more of memory keeping and decorative creative side. So let me put them here. Hobonichi Mega, and I've already decided I'm going to get this one. I haven't decided the color, and since I go back to Japan toward the end of the year, I'm thinking of actually seeing the physical one and then decide. I'm eyeing on the pink one and the very pale blue one that looks gorgeous, so I will see. So Hobonichi Mega is my 3 good things from the day. And my task list that come from my Filofax daily planner. And my family pictures. And since I started printing pictures, I actually watch them much often than before. Like if you're parents like me, or if you have a family, dog, cat, I'm sure your camera rolls are all the same, that we have too many pictures, but then like you don't really go back and check. So now that I have printed, I've been, just flipping through time to time, and I see those pictures, at least those ones that got printed, and that makes a big difference for me. So I really like how I started this one. So yeah, those are kind of stable one that I want to take to 2026. Here we have a planner. This is something I purchased kind of impulsively, so I'm not very proud. But if you know the history of my journal life this year, I started with Hobonichi Cousin, and then by mid-May I gave up. Unfortunately, it was too big for me, and there was just too much pressure from the notebook to fill them in, and the space was massive, so I couldn't finish it. But then at some point midway through the year, I really wanted some 1 page a day for memory keeping, so I decided to downsize and test it. So I got it slightly discounted at that time, and I tried, but at the end of the day, keeping up even this small page was not so easy for me. So I have tried my best, but July, August, I did my best. I also backfilled the previous one by looking at my old Hobonichi Cousin, and I stuck as much pictures as possible just to keep it nice and colorful. But have I kept it? Not really. And recently I actually decided to use it in a different way. But so what I wanted to do with this is definitely a memory keeping in a decorative format by sticking pictures. So it was actually somewhere here. But at the end of the day, because this and this were kind of conflicting, this space in between, and current life or current mindset preferred something simpler, so this one kind of fell off. So this was sitting on the shelf for a few weeks. For the month of September, this was just sitting there, and then I decided, actually starting from 23rd of September, I saw someone posting about, well, it's actually 100 days to go until the end of the year, and she was sharing a 100 question to ask yourself, or basically a journaling prompt to discover yourself. So I was like, oh, that's a nice way to kind of use up the space. So I have actually started doing it. I'm not doing it on a daily basis. I've done 2 at the same time, and then I just did the 2 at the same time. So hopefully 100 pages of the remainings will be nicely filled by the end of the year. And I have completely repurposed it, but I'm very happy that I found the usage for this gorgeous notebook. So yeah, this one was supposed to be somewhere here, but this was conflicting with the other ones. So now I'm using this Hobonichi planner kind of just to use it up. Very simple pen to paper, no sticker, just writing, and then journaling and thoughts. So here is my current Hobonichi planner. And it has a specific reason why I need to use it. So I'm just doing this 100 journaling prompt, and it's serving me in this new purpose. So what I realized, like I said, when there's a conflict between the notebooks, then there's always a fight between the notebooks, or whether I want to touch this one or the other ones, and then the one gets kind of off. So that's something I want to make sure that I don't make a mistake next year, that I don't have anything like combined in the same section together. So yeah, Hobonichi planner is there, but this is more for just finishing this notebook, so I don't think this will be with me next year, and I'd rather do something like that, even something like that in my traveler's notebook or wherever I decide it to be. And then the last one is my Filofax journaling. So this is something that I've been also testing because I wanted to see if I like the dated paper or undated something, and I've been sharing in the past video that I quite enjoy undated space, and also journaling in rings is something new for me, but as you can see I have done quite a lot in September, and I like this simplicity. I can write as much as I want, but if I don't, then that's also fine, and I can stick things without bulking up the notebooks. That's also beautiful, so I really like it. This is not so decorative, but I do manage to put some kind of ephemera from the days, and when my kids gave me a letter, I also stuck it here. So I don't have much intention to make it so decorative, but as you can see, I do enjoy some kind of aspect. So this is somewhere journaling and decorative creative side. But do I want to do all of this? I am not sure. Filofax journaling. So this is just writing in Japanese, or basically the difference between the Traveler's Notebook and Filofax is that this one is in English, this one is in Japanese, my main language, and then this is kind of like brain dumping, trying to be more of like daily something, but it's just not really so much. I think this year what I have learned is I'm kind of over with daily pages or like day specific writing. So 3 good things in weeks is very good enough for me as a memory keeping, and I prefer writing about something more in depth about my thoughts and that. So this is, yeah, again, it's the brain dump. Yeah, so original intention was this was a substitute of my Hobonichi, so it was staying somewhere here, but as I started practicing journaling here, I noticed I'm really not writing about the day specific, but I'm just doing more of brain dumping and just writing for the sake of writing. So this is actually here. So if you actually see it, thinking about Hobonichi planner will be gone next year. They are relatively nicely mapped out. And I'm quite happy with that. And the language is different, so this is not combating with each other. And this one is life logging is just very time specific something, and three good thing is more like emotional something. So, you know, maybe this is quite a good balance. I don't know, in my opinion. So yeah, this is actually fun as to see. And yeah, what I'm learning, like I shared, is that if I have same category notebook in the same space, what I want to write about, you know, there will be some hesitation, like should I pick up this notebook or that notebook, or but then I haven't touched that notebook for a while. You know, that's confusion is always stressful, and I end up not doing anything. So it's actually nice that I'm actually seeing this, that they are nicely mapped out without my preparation in advance. And I can see that now I'm really trying to like have a different purpose for different notebooks. Although this and this are slightly the same, just the language is different. And if I can simplify my life, that's maybe better, but I don't know. We will see. So yeah, that's how I am at the moment, and I'm really enjoying this experiment. In the past, by 1st of September, I have purchased something. By mid-September, I'm like, maybe I should have also purchased that thing. And then by October, I see someone using something different. I'm like, I'm very keen on that one. So yeah, this year I'm really trying to be very cautious and patient about, because I know I am all over the place and I have done it this year. I don't want to do it next year. So I'm not saying it's a good or bad to purchase now, or good or bad to have multiple lineup. That's not the point of today's video. But what I wanted to share is to make it consistent and to make it less hectic for us to be using the same notebook for a long time. It's very important to somehow differentiate the purpose of the notebook. And then also, as far as I can see, or as far as I have done in the past, literally differentiating how to use it, or even when to use it, maybe like morning journal and evening journal, maybe, to have a separate idea on how to use notebook is actually important, so that you don't really get lost in front of all the options. So yeah, that's about it. I hope this video was helpful for you to kind of digest. Please pick up your pen and notebook just to map things out, how your planner is, and let me know how it's looking like. And again, there's no negative emotion if you have already purchased a book, or if you have already multiple options like me. That's not the point. But giving a purpose for one and each is actually a way to make it sustainable. That's just what I wanted to share today. So thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Bye!